The sound of the creaky old floorboards echoed through the abandoned mansion as the young woman cautiously made her way through the dimly lit hallway. Her footsteps whispered across the dusty floor, stirring up plumes of musty air that made her cough. She had been searching for her missing friend Chloe for hours, each room bringing her a new wave of terror and despair. The old mansion was a maze of hallways and hidden rooms, and she feared that she would never find her friend. Suddenly, she heard a faint whimper coming from behind the door at the end of the hall. Her heart racing and her hands shaking, she slowly pushed open the door. Her eyes widened in horror at the sight before her. Chloe was chained to the wall, bound and gagged, her eyes pleading for help. The young woman rushed to her friend's side, frantically trying to undo the chains. But it was too late. The kidnapper had already arrived. He appeared out of the shadows, a tall, imposing figure with a twisted smile and a gleaming knife in his hand. The young woman tried to scream, but his hand was quick to cover her mouth. He whispered in her ear, his breath hot and putrid, telling her all the twisted things he was going to do to them both. For days, the two girls were held captive in that house of horrors, subjected to unspeakable torture and abuse. The kidnapper reveled in their pain and terror, delighting in the power he held over them. It was only when the young woman managed to break free from her chains that they had a chance to escape. They ran through the mansion, their captor hot on their heels, and finally burst out into the night air. They stumbled through the gardens, their feet pounding on the soft grass, their eyes wide with fear. But the horrors weren't over yet. As they ran through the woods, their captor hot on their heels, they stumbled upon an even more twisted plot. The kidnapper was part of a larger organization, a group of sadistic individuals who specialized in abducting and torturing young women. And they were not going to let their latest victims escape easily. The young woman and Chloe fought with all their might, determined to make it out alive. But in the end, it was only the young woman who made it out. Chloe lost forever to the horrors of the kidnapper's twisted plot. Years later, the young woman still wakes up in a cold sweat, haunted by the memories of that nightmarish ordeal. She knows that she was lucky to have made it out alive, but the scars on her body and her soul will never truly heal. And she can only hope that someday, justice will be served to the twisted individuals who took everything from her.